What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? How you doing? All right. So I am going to also go live on Instagram. We'll see how this goes. Ask Coach Cass dating and relationship questions. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Listen, when you put on makeup and a blazer, you're like, you know what? It's Friday. Let's do this. Let's do this. So here we go. Oh, this looks good. Hey, girl. Hey, if you're just tuning in, I'm Coach Cass, America's go to love doctor. I am the data driven dating coach, right? And there's so many good things happening. And I wanted to do something different, right? So, what I would love, what I would love is for y'all to opt into my mailing list. If you're not already on the mailing list, go to wantedwoman.com/top 10. Okay, you got it? Wantedwoman.com/top 10. You got it? /top 10. I'm trying to get everything in the same spot so I can kind of look at the same place, right? So wantedwoman.com /top 10 to get your copy of the top 10 cities where the grown black men over 40 own a house and make $100,000 or more live. Okay, can't say I never gave you anything. All right. I also have a free workshop coming up this this week. Can y'all hear me? I want to make sure that y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Drop a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a yes in the chat. I am live on YouTube and I am live on Instagram at the same time. And I'm trying this mic out. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. All right. Okay. Um, I'm a little scared, you just never know if people can hear you or not. And I don't want to get down in the depths and find out that no one can hear me. Um, how do I do this? Okay, I could probably click on my own face, maybe, maybe not. I'm unsure. All right, all right. Hey Nikki, what's up? Can you tell me if you could hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know, y'all. Let me know if you can hear me on Instagram and on YouTube. I'm just trying to see something. I'm just trying to see something. See something, say something. I'm starting to feel like y'all can't hear. Oh boy. Can you hear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Okay, I'm gonna take this microphone out since I'm unsure. And then we're gonna pray to Jesus over here that that's working. All right. All right, y'all. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Coach Cass. What's up? So I'm the data-driven dating coach, helping professional women over 40 get the love that they've always wanted, but of course, starting with themselves. I'm the founder of the Wanted Woman movement, women achieving new triumphs every day. I believe that you are wanted. Now it's just to figure out, what do you want, sis? I really believe that you deserve real love. You deserve real love. And I want you to have the kind of love that makes your heart sing right? Right, Devereaux? So I want you to have the type of love that makes your heart sing. And so what I'm going to do, this is something pretty special. I want you to raise your hand and be able to come on camera, and you can ask me questions around your dating situations or lack thereof, right? Very, very simple, right? So I am doing a live Q&A where you can actually come on camera and get free coaching right here, right? Right here. So all you got to do is raise your hand and I will bring you on camera. We're doing something different today. We're doing something different today. So while y'all figure out your lives and how to do that, all you got to do, if you're on Instagram, all you have to do is actually press, there's a button next to your name. Next to where it says comment, there's a little button to be able to bring yourself on, right? So let's see. And then you can request to join, right? And this is where we're going to have conversations, just live candid conversations about love, dating, and relationships. So no question in that realm is off limits. This is my gift to you on this Friday, August 14th. Okay. And what I want to talk about while y'all figure your lives out is dating like a wife. How many of you are divorced, right? Let me see. How many of y'all are divorced? Let me shout out my divorcees. How many of you are never married, never married, never married? And you could drop it in the chat whether you're joining us live or the replay, right? And okay, so for my folks that are used to being in relationship, I want to make sure that you understand the concept of dating like a wife, right? You've been showing up like a wife, you've been cooking, you've been planning, you've been checking in, you've been available, you've been consistent, you've been loyal, right? All of the things. And he's still not doing what you need him to do, right? My question is, how long have you been doing this? This concept of dating like a wife comes from the fact that I know so many women are used to being in relationship, especially my divorcees. Like this is what I do, Coach Cass. Like I'm just a good woman. I'm just a good wife, Coach Cass. I just don't understand like why. Pray tell, he's not committing or this relationship's not going anywhere. I do everything. Have you sip something in my chalice? Have you ever been that person, y'all? Hmm? Have you ever been that person to quote unquote overdo it, do all the things that you know a good woman does because that's what your mama said that you should do? Hmm? Tell me. Tell me something good, right? You've been dating like a wife. You cook, you clean, you do everything for this man, and he's not your husband. And you want to be married. This is for my ladies who want to be married. If you all want to play house and do that, that's your business. I'm talking for the woman that's not trying to play house. She's trying to have real commitment and under the eyes and auspices of God, and she wants to be married again, right? Show her married for the first time. I need you to stop. Okay? I need you to stop dating like a wife. Right? You're doing wife level behavior for a boyfriend level man. Wife level behavior for a boyfriend level man ain't gonna help nobody. Hey Rena, what's up, girl? We not doing this no more. Especially when half of y'all don't know how to cook good, and me included, right? So we end up skipping the part where you're actually mutually chosen by this man, right? So you're managing his mood. You're integrating him into your life. You're excusing absence of clarity because the chemistry feels like commitment. Y'all. Rena, I'm not making fun of your cooking per se. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, we're not trying to keep a man based on cooking. We, you and me. Okay. My husband know who he married. And you don't have to prove your collard greens in order to get a ring, ladies. Let's be clear. So we need to stop dating like the man said my chicken tastes like hospital food. Girl, I remember. I remember. I remember. I'm sorry. I remember. Right? I want you to have new standards when it comes to dating. And if you're just joining us, y'all, I'm Coach Cass, the data driven dating coach, and I'm doing a live Q&A, so you can actually request to come on camera, y'all. So we can have a conversation with whatever your situation with love, dating, or lack thereof is. And I'd love for you to come on screen, right? So you just down by the comment section, you can press the plus button to request. If you're on YouTube, there's something in there that you can request. I'm not really sure, but over on IG, you can request, right? Thanks for the follow 1963 CPR. I appreciate you. Right. So dating like a wife versus dating like a wanted woman. So dating like a wife, you hear you doing everything for this man all day, every day, and you're hoping and wishing. I remember a client came to me and she was dating somebody for 8 years. They lived together, they shared a dog, she was on deed, that was his level of commitment. She was cooking, she was cleaning, she was sexing, she was going on a family vacation, she was doing all the things, but he yet and still did not propose, right? Through us working together, she finally walked away from that man, right? After some stuff happened. And you know what's crazy? He's still trying to get back with her, like, oh, baby, baby, please, I missed you so much, child. Boo, you missed the boat. And now she is in an amazing relationship with a man that understands and is seeking to learn her. You understand what I'm saying? Seeking to learn her. Dating should be fun. Dating should be exciting. We have another member of the Real Love Network who she went out to drop off her college student. Anybody ever did the drop off and her ex was there, her ex-husband, and he was sending some mixed signals. I'm gonna say he was sending mixed signals, y'all. He was opening the door. He was saying, whatever you like, of course. When do I not care about what you want? Them kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Like he over here laid it on thick. And then when she said a little something about, missing him, he shut it down. And it was just like, wait a second. These emotions come up, y'all, about exes, and when exes come around and they do a little something, the bare minimum, because we don't have options in the wings, right? So I invited sis before her son's birthday party this weekend to go ahead and get back doing what she's supposed to be doing in our program. That was Tuesday. Today is Friday. Sis already has 2 dates lined up and she's excited. And you know what? She's no longer lingering on her ex husband or what he has to say or anxious about that because she has some folks in the wings. Sometimes you need somebody in the wings to be able to keep it moving. It took me a decade, y'all, to get over an ex before, an ex that I did not see again after I broke up with him because he left that much of a mark. How many of y'all are still grieving past relationships and kind of moving through time and they're still holding space in your life? You got to be able to move on. I want you to do the therapy. I want you to do the coaching, and I want you to start dating. How long does the healing last for, Coach Cass? It's a lifetime journey. It's a lifetime journey. If you're just tuning in, what's up? Please do drop any questions you have in the chat. If you're not able to come on screen on Instagram, I'd love for you to come on screen on Instagram, right? So, my ladies, if you have questions around love, dating, and relationship, I would definitely love for you to come on screen. But if you can't come on screen, feel free to drop your questions, your scenarios in the chat. I would love to hear it, right? I would love to hear it. Give me something. Give me something. All right. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so dating like a wife. So we are seeking not to date like a wife anymore. We want to date like a wanted woman, and a wanted woman has options. She's not making the man standing in front of her the last man standing. You got to do something different. So, okay, so we have somebody writing in. Okay, so Danielle, 44, Atlanta. We've been seeing each other for 8 months. I cook for him every Sunday. I've met his mom twice. I helped him pick out his new apartment. I'm literally on his family group chat now. But when I asked him about where we stood, he said, I mean, we're just vibing. Why do we need a label? I don't know what to say. am I overreacting? Ooh, glory to God. Whew. Y'all, just hang it up. Right? If you're doing all of that, Danielle, right? If you're doing all of that and they're still just vibing, excuse yourself from his life. You could come out the family chat. I remember dating a guy. I was in the family chat. We did everything together. I loved his sister and his mom. I think I stayed longer in that relationship because I loved his sister and his mom so much. That's a thing. But at the end of the day, you're seeking to marry a man, not just the family. So if the family is working more than the man, you could break up with the man and still be friends with the family. Don't show up to family engagements, but you can have your own relationship with these people minus him, right? You can have separate, you could go to tea, you could go for coffee with the mom, with the dad, with the sis, with the brother. You could do little things that don't include him, but it's time to exit stage left. The writing is on the wall. You have been doing the wife duties at his not even boyfriend level activity. It's literally base level situationship. That's not it. Dating like a wife, here's some markers. You're doing domestic labor, there's family integration, and then there's an emotional investment without any real commitment. Don't do that. Okay? Stop it. All right, I got another question. All right, if you're just tuning in, I am the data driven dating coach. Drop your questions in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them in this short time. All right, so we got a question. How do you respond to a man when he says that I love you, but you're not there yet, but you don't want to hurt his feelings? Girl, they already talking about I love you. Okay, so he says I love you. Be like, I have loved sharing and spending this time with you, right? I have loved. Oh, Remy, you coming on camera? What you saying? You coming on camera? What you saying? Can you come on camera? I know you're probably at work. Can you come on camera before I answer this question? Let's see. That would be so fun. Right next to the comment, there's a little plus button. So you tell me if you could come on camera. Oh no, at work. All right, all right, all right. Oh, I got excited. I got excited. All right. So how do you respond to a man that says I love you, but you're not there yet, but you don't want to hurt his feelings? Listen, number one, because you're in the Real Love Network, you should be putting this in Coach Cass AI, and I want to know what it says back. So share that in our private app. Okay, Rena, I want to know what Coach Cass AI says. So what I'm going to say live is I really believe that it's important to acknowledge him, right? But then also let him know that you take things slow, right? So if he says, I love you, say, I have loved the time that we're spending together. With the words, I love you, I take those super serious. And as I get to know you, oh, what did you say? Oh my gosh, it just happened today. Oh, is this the photographer or is this Dimples? Is this photographer or Dimples? Come on, girl. Oh my gosh, she said I love you. What did you say? My God. All right. So, I've been loving the time that we're spending together. And I take those three words very seriously. I don't play around with them. I know some people, you say I love you to family, to friends, to individuals throughout life, and we kind of use it as cliche. Oh, good. Thank you. Very good. You did good, girl. Thank you is just fine, right? Because wait, did you tell me he was Jamaican? Sometimes those words don't mean as much to people, right? So if you're like, I can't be throwing those words around just yet, don't, right? Don't. I love spending time with you. I've been having a good time. This is beautiful. But if you don't feel in your heart that you love this person yet, and that takes time, don't show those words. Don't throw them around because you want it to be something special when you say it. If he says it, let him. Okay, if that's how you felt, I say I love you to a lot of people. It's because I have a love of people, but I love who you are, who you represent today. So we don't need to have an in-depth conversation about this. I love you. You can mark it in a little notebook. So if y'all become something later, you could be like, oh, look, you said I love you on August 14th, 2026. Yeah, so maybe you just see in his interactions with people like how much he throws around this I love you type of language and wording. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You got to be careful. You got to, absolutely got to be careful. Hallelujah. Oh gosh. All right. So I hope that helps to answer your question. What's up, y'all? If you're just tuning in, I'm the data driven dating coach. I work with women over 40, and I have the list. I have the list, top 10 list for the top 10 cities that single black men live over 40. If you want the list, go ahead and comment list. Um, and we'll, oh, actually, top 10, TOP, and then 10, right? Top 10. I'm just really excited that y'all are here. We're doing a dating Q&A. So if you'd love to come on camera and ask your question, I am here for it. You know what I mean? To make this even more engaging. Or if you have a scenario, just like our girl Chocolate Lady just shared, saying that, hey, this guy just said, I love you, but I'm not there yet. Please share your situation in the chat and I'd love to answer it for you, right? So in the meantime, let me check over in YouTube land to see if anybody has any questions. All right. All right. So we've been talking about dating like a wife, and sis, you don't. And if any guys are on here, you're welcome to ask your questions too. I'd love to hear from y'all. Let's see. Okay. So Monique is 47 in Houston. He calls me every night before bed. He remembers everything I tell him. He came to my daughter's graduation. He even has a key to my place for when he waters my plants while I travel, but we've never had the conversation. Every time I bring up the future, he changes the subject and says, let's just enjoy what we have. It's been almost 2 years. I keep thinking the depth we have means something, doesn't it? Girl, let me sip tea. Let me sip. Yeah. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Girl, if you don't walk away from this situation, it's time. It's time. Let's just go with what we have. If you're a person that wants to be married, let me put that in, right? If you are go with the flow and you're okay with living with somebody for eternity and there being no commitment on paper and you think marriage is just a paper, this conversation is not for you. I'm talking about the people that actually want to be married, that believe in the covenant of marriage under God. That's those type of people. People over 40 that are serious about, I would like to find love, connect with love, amazing men, build a family, or, connect the family that I have, or foster, or get a puppy, whatever, travel the world with my babe, but my husband, not just my babe. I'm talking to you, right? So Monique, if you're of the latter, right, I'm going to say that I want you to say goodbye. Very simple. What you're telling me is that you've done everything. It's been 2 years. And he's like, let's just keep hanging out. If you are not in alignment with the hangout, I understand that. No, you said you live separately. So it's fine. Get your key back first, change your locks, and say, after reviewing the last 2 years, I've had a really great time. I really love you as the man that you are, but I am seeking more. And when I have asked over our time together, you aren't. So we're not aligned. I wish you well, right? I wish you the best. I invite you to do this in a public place, right? In a public place, and also let family and friends know, right? Just in terms of safety precautions, right? But it's super important. If you're in also a violent situation, make sure to also seek professionals. So remember, this is fun advice. Let me put my disclaimer in here: educational, edutainment purposes only. You're not my client, so let me put that caveat in here, right? So this is generic. I don't know you like that. This is just generic information. I don't know him, but what I would say generally, in a safe situation where you get along well and all of that, it's time to walk away from that relationship. Okay. How's that? Was that helpful? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So what's up? I'm the data-driven dating coach. I'm Coach Cass. I do have a free list for you of the top 10 cities where the good men live. So if you comment top 10, we will send it to you. Okay. We will send it to you. And if you're watching on YouTube, you have to go to wantedwoman.com / top 10, right? / top 10. I also have live training happening on Tuesday at 12 about what to say when you meet him. Okay, so if you go to wantedwoman.com / meet, MEET, you could get into that training. It's going to be live on Zoom at 12 p.m. Nice lunchtime break for y'all. Just put private on your calendar at work. You'll be all right. Mm-hmm. All right. So we're talking about dating like a wife, and I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to date like a wife. Okay. I don't. I don't. He don't get all of those benefits when you got no ring. Period. Call me old school, but it's been working. Okay. It's been working. We just had two people last month get engaged. Over 40. One is a single mom that did IVF, right? Never thinking that she would be having a relationship or having a marriage to come. She thought she was just going to raise these kids, birth these kids, raise these kids by herself. And she's getting married. Oh, thank you, honey. Hey, my baby. Right. So drop your questions in the chat, or if you have a scenario and you want to come on camera, you can. Right. So go down to comment. That includes you, Andy. You could come on camera too. Down here in the comment section, press the little plus button to the right, and you can request to come on camera to share your scenario. So think about what's your scenario right now and what you'd like free coaching on. So I'm doing this for just a little bit longer because I still need to eat, and I think I have a 2 o'clock. Did you just say, "Will you marry me, Andy"? You're my husband. You're dumb. I love you though. Yes, I'll marry you. I'll marry you. You don't even have to get me a new ring. Just try and take this one off with some grease and put it back on. Okay. I love you. All right. Okay, so Tasha said, "Oh, somebody said, oh, is that my husband trying to come on camera? Let's see. I've always wanted to do this. Let's see. Can he come? Let's see. I pressed accept. Hi.
Hey, what's going on there, Coach Cass? How you doing?
You're so far away.
Yeah, no, I'm real far away. I'm in the next office over. So, Coach Cass, what's up, man? What are we talking about? So, I just saw that you were live. I was like, man, I gotta go ahead and jump on here and come say what's up. Like, what we talking about? What's going on? Is it no man allowed? Am I crashing the party? Am I gonna be kicked out? Are you gonna call security on me? Like, what's really going on? Talk to me.
Oh my goodness. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. I had to screenshot. I'm sorry, I just had to screenshot because it was cute. And then Rena said we're her favorite couple. So that made me happy. I had to screenshot that. That was cute. So we're talking about, well, right now we're talking about dating like a wife and not dating like a wife, right, Andy? So I'm cautioning the ladies from, especially my divorcees, from my ladies who have been in long-term relationships, that they might have they've been married for 20 something years and now they're starting to date again, and it's very easy to just sink right back into doing all the wifely duties and the wifely things, and it's just like, this man is not your wife, not your husband, you know what I mean? And how do we take a step back to unlearn what we've learned as wives and now say, okay, dating is different now, and you have to take precaution and set boundaries and really see if this person is for you without fully committing to someone that you just met, right? We haven't been taught how to date more than one person, all of the stigmas with that. So, yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about a little bit.
Are we talking about women who were married?
Yeah.
Now they're back dating?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. They got to dust off them cobwebs, you know what I mean? Because they haven't been in the market in a while. Well, I don't mean like that, Coach Cass. I'm just saying, if you've been so you've been a wife, you've been in this committed relationship, you go through this really difficult, oftentimes traumatic separation, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody that you thought you would be able to trust somebody you thought you could spend the rest of your life with, and then you go through a season where you're dealing with the all the emotions, whether there was infidelity, the betrayal, or if there wasn't that, just like the grief of the relationship actually coming to an end, right? And then now also, unfortunately, the unspoken, what was I missing? What did I not do right? And then, oh my goodness, the impact it's had on my children and all that. Now, you're going to take all that, and then you got to dust yourself off, and now you got to go into the marketplace and be this amazing, confident woman
Exactly.
who is going to attract this amazing new guy. So it's definitely a lot. So one thing I would say is, first and foremost, is you're a big, huge advocate of this, is first doing that first inner work, which is getting the therapist and dealing with the luggage and the thing from the previous relationship. Mm-hmm. One of the things I hear you telling the ladies too repeatedly is making sure that, they be intentional about what they're looking to attract. So some of them are they giving the milk away too early, read between the lines, they're giving away milk, too early out in there, right? Or the first guy they start dating, they immediately want to act like that dude's gonna be their husband, right? And oftentimes they're moving like maybe a bit too fast, and they're not giving themselves options. So there's a lot going on, Coach Kaz, for them to be able to process. I do feel like you do go into a lot of that inner work and stuff at One to Woman Live. I do want to say that. I don't know if you brought that up, but I haven't. Go into that. But the thing that I do want to say to those ladies is that, your past doesn't define you. That you have the opportunity to go ahead and step into this new season. Any mistakes and things that happened in the past does not have to keep you from being able to move on and get into a happy, fulfilling relationship. But at the same time, there are some things you may have to do differently. Some things that are outside of the way you've traditionally been showing up, so that you can actually get the person that you want. So I'm excited, Coach Kaz. Are you going to fill me in later, or what the deal is?
Yes, especially if you heat me up some lunch, because I'm starting to be hangry, and it's rough out. It's rough out here. The hanger is coming. So if you could just heat me up something. I don't even know if we have something.
I don't think we got anything. I think we both hungry, so we'll figure that out. But in the meantime, get back to the people. That's good to hear, because I've made some mistakes. Oh, man, right?
Come on, Jimmy.
I'd love to hear what some of those mistakes are, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that would be dope if you willing to share. Because I feel like, they say when you lose, don't lose the lesson.
Right.
And sometimes when you make the mistakes, the thing is, there's a guy by the name of Rory Vaden. In one of his books, he said, you're most equipped to serve the person you used to be. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when we make the mistake, we can sort of be able to help somebody else from making the same mistake, but we got to be willing to share what the mistake was and the lesson that we learned, so we can then pass that lesson on to other folks. I know I've certainly made mistakes, and I try to share those mistakes so I can save some other people the heartache of making those mistakes as well. But Coach Kaz, just want to jump on, say what's up, you know what I mean? Come and hang out, and I'm gonna release the floor to you and your peeps. How do I release the floor? Is that something you do?
No, I think you have to just hit whatever button is there for you to come out of this.
Really? And that's interesting. By the way, the button that they use to come on, they press it, fell in lust too fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a mistake we make often, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is when they do that first plus button you talked about earlier, you got to hit that plus button and then hit the camera plus button. That's what I had to do to come out. So it's not just that button, because I was like, I hit that button. What happened? Okay. You hit that button, it shows you something. Then you got to hit the camera plus button, which says, hey, I want to come on camera.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
This is impromptu since I have on makeup and a blazer.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, girl. Get it. You got to get it. All right?
You gotta get it. All right, honey. There's chicken in the fridge. Amen. Glory to God bless you. I love you so much. Y'all, I be hungry. Hungry. I stay hungry. And my husband did not step in the kitchen before we got together. I remember when his mom was like, my son cooks. whatever. She was like, my son didn't step into the kitchen all his life, and then he with you and he cooking. Yes, ma'am. If you want to eat, and right now we need to eat. You ever been an entrepreneur or a person that just works so hard and you are just from one thing to the next thing? Like I got a 2 o'clock, so I definitely have to get off of this in the next like 5 minutes. Um, that you just don't eat it. So it's super important. And I told myself I was gonna work out. I don't know how this all gonna work in, but we're gonna make it do what it do. Okay, we're gonna make it do what it do. What's up, y'all? I'm a data-driven dating coach. If you have questions regarding dating and love and relationships, please either drop it in the chat or come on camera on Instagram. I know I'm also on YouTube. So if you have a question, feel free to drop your question actually in the chat, or press the plus sign next to comment and then the send a request for video. In the meantime, I got another question. Hey, Yvonne. So Yvonne says, when you have 10 years in, thought that you both were on the same page when it comes to marriage, but to find out that you're actually not. Now excuses are being made about being married. Girl, it's over. It's done. 10 years, cut your losses. You have some good times in there. We've had some good times, right? You had some good times in there, good times. And there was something that kept you, whether it was finances, the chemistry, convenience, the connection with the family, and not wanting to, let the embarrassment, like whatever that is, it's not worth you staying in a relationship that you don't want to be in, period. Okay. All right. Who's next? And for those who don't know, I have a live event coming up called Wanted Woman Live. So you just go to wantedwomanlive.com to copy your ticket. We have about 9 VIP tickets left. Most individuals are getting VIP or platinum. I want to say only 4 people have bought general admission. I'm like, it's going to be the scraggiest general admission ever, right? Like, so we got general admission. We got about 9 VIP left, and then 3 or 2 platinum, right? So go ahead and get your ticket. Yes, we have payment plans. The actual event is happening October 2nd through the 4th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You fly in. Most people are flying in, right? So you're going to fly in. Rena said, I'm platinum. Platinum, you get your makeup done. You get a photo shoot. Girl, you can use those photos for business and for pleasure. Okay. What was I going to tell you? So then you fly in on Thursday and you fly out on Sunday. We do a beautiful beach release the morning, that Sunday morning. So 1 o'clock fly out, right? And it's like 2 days of actual workshops, and we party in there. We learn, we dig deep around communication and love and self-worth. And it's some people make it their annual fall getaway, right? Because they start to realize that, oh yeah, I go away in the summer. What do you do in the fall to replenish? And especially with cuffing season coming, matching pajama season coming, and all of that, we do have single to married that come because they realize that you can't put your love life on autopilot. We're celebrating some fiancés. I want to say we have 3 fiancés so far. I got 2 in the wings, and I'm like, they might just get engaged before this event. No pressure, right? So we have 3 fiancés that we are celebrating at this event that you can talk to through their experience with the brand, the Wanted Woman brand, and the Real Love Network, which is the private community where I coach women year round, along with my love team. We have a trauma therapist, mindset coach, grief coach, sexologist, because we want you to have a banging love life. You know what I'm saying? Banging. And part of my certification is I am a certified matchmaker. That is my certification right there. I don't do matchmaking here because I believe that you can be your own matchmaker. I really do. I really do believe that. We just teach you how to do that, starting with you. Okay. Now, who else got a question? Drop a question in the chat. Drop a question in the chat. Drop a question in the chat. Or come on camera. Come on camera with me. Janine said, we love a man that could cook. Amen. Ain't that right? Janine, you said you have a question about dating apps. What's the question? What is the question? What's the question, girl? What's the question? Drop your questions, ladies. Drop your question. All right, here's another question as y'all think about your questions or think about coming on camera. He introduced me as his girlfriend to his coworkers at the company party last month. So I thought we were solid. But last week I found out he's still active on the apps. Oh boy. Not talking to anyone. He said, just browsing. He says it doesn't mean anything because he hasn't acted on it, and I'm the one he comes home to every night. He lives with me 4 nights a week. Am I supposed to just let this go since technically nothing happened? Y'all. Y'all. Mm-mm. No. 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 Right? So think back for my college graduates. How many of y'all went to college? Drop college in the chat. So for my college graduates, how many of you remember the rule with sleepovers? A guest couldn't sleep over 3 or more days, no more than 3 days. Otherwise, they need to be a resident of your residence hall. I was an RA, so I remember this very distinctly. You cannot sleep over 3 days, right? And there's a cap on how many days a month. So if he's sleeping at your house 4 out of 7 days, 4 times 4 is 28, right? It's 4 times 4, 28, Jesus. Hey, Google, what's 4 times 4? 16. I don't know math. Glory be. I think I passed fourth grade. So that's 16, right? So 16 days. So that's more than half the 30 days in a month, y'all. More than half the 30 days. 16 days a month. That's too many days. Okay? So you need to go ahead and ease back on him. Ease back. If you out here still window shopping, just never mind. Just never mind. Are we exclusively in a relationship? Do we have a conversation about exclusivity? So here's the thing. Have a real conversation about what does cheating look like to the both of you. What is allowed and not allowed? And see his reaction and see if he follows suit and see if he's transparent about how he feels. If he does not transition out of the apps, give him a chance. And if he does not respect how you feel regarding this and you share it with love and not anger or attitude in your neck, then this is not your person. Period. Once again, I don't know you. I don't know your situation. This is high level feedback, right? From me as a dating coach who's been coaching since 2004, so over 22 years. But at the same time, I do not replace a hired professional. Okay, let's be clear. So take this with a grain of salt since I don't know your full situation. Okay. All right. So when you come off the app, here's another question, y'all. What's up? I'm Coach Cass. If you aren't following me, make sure to follow, make sure to share some of my content, right? So that's absolutely free. I also have a free list of the top 10 cities where good men live. You could comment top 10 to get the list. I have a free workshop on Tuesday. Go to wantedwoman.com/meet. I would love to meet you there, right? Okay, so when you come off the app, exchange numbers, then it's crickets. What does that mean? How long should I give a guy before I move on if they're not engaged in conversation? Immediately. I want you to continue moving until somebody gives you a reason to pause. You understand me? Like, we gonna keep it moving. And then he's the reason that the pause happens. Oh, he's reaching out, he's calling, he's setting dates. You can call him out and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and release your number because you're not using it, right? I'm looking for someone that is seeking to actively date me. And that's okay that we're not in alignment. I wish you the best, right? Very simple. Now we have a whole slew of letting people down nicely. We have a whole guide inside the Real Love Network. That's one of our bonuses, right? We also have Coach Cast AI, which is your 24/7 digital dating confidant that you can ask many questions to when your coaches aren't available, and people have been loving it, right? So this is in our private Real Love Network. So if you've ever said, you know what, I would love coaching, I would love support, I would love a guide to walk alongside me in this love thing, you could always DM me, Coach, and we could get you more information on that. This is for professional women. Majority of our women are over 40, few of them under, but 40, 50, 60, never married to been married before. It's all good. Kids, no kids, it's fine. Just as long as you are, you know what, on a scale from 1 to 10, this is a 10 for me. This is super important to me. If this is a 5 for you, you're not serious enough for us and we don't want to work with you. And you shouldn't want to work with us either, because you're gonna play games, and I'm not here for the play games, right? So this is for the people that are like, yeah, this is something that I want to change in my life. Just like you pay for a fitness coach, just like you pay to get your hair done, just like you pay to get your nails done, just like you pay for new glasses so you can see. I believe I can see. I help you see a different way when it comes to love. All right, so let's see who else has a question. Welcome. I am Coach Cass, the data-driven dating coach. So excited to see y'all here. Thanks for being here, y'all. Make sure that y'all follow. Make sure that you share my content. That's super free, right? Um, and for those of y'all that have decided to join me at Wanted Woman Live, I'm super excited to see y'all, right? I would love to have you. Who's here live with me? Say hello in the chat. All right, so here's somebody else. Okay, he tells me all the time that I'm different from anyone he's ever dated and that he can see forever with me. Oh, that's nice. Okay. We talk about kids' names. We talk about where we'd want to live one day. It feels like we're already engaged in every way except the ring. But when my sister asked him directly at dinner what his plans are, he laughed it off and said, "We're just taking it day by day. No need to rush." Now, I don't know if the forever talk was real or just something he says to keep me patient. Listen, I'm all about a timeline. Okay, y'all. If you're dating a man that hasn't fully committed to being engaged and then married, let him know what your timeline is. If y'all have been dating for, let's say, 6 to 8 months, just and you are sure like this is your husband, I need you first to choose, right? It's what do you want as a wanted woman? What do you want? We're not just waiting for a man to propose and taking it. I need you to decide that this is your husband. Like, okay, everything he has shown me, this is my, like, I could totally see myself marrying him. All his little annoying quirks ain't that annoying that it would take me out. Like this is my person, right? This is my person. We have a whole checklist of what to look for when it comes to a husband, but inside the Real Love Network, right? So when we start to think about, okay, this is my husband, I've decided, then you have the conversation like, what is your intentions with me? Is marriage something that you want again or for the first time? Do you as an individual want or desire to be married? Because some people do not want to be married. But if marriage is in your heart and it's not in his, this is not your person. Or you're consistently going to have that feeling. So even though you're having fun, you have great chemistry, you're doing all the things, you're traveling together, it's such a wonderful life, there's still going to be something in you that feels like you're missing something. And that's not helping you. That creates ulcers, that creates cancer, that creates ailments, that creates disdain, that creates resentment, that creates anxiety, that creates all types of things in your body that lives in your body that's not helpful. You want a peaceful body. Y'all saw my husband just come on here. I'm at peace with him. Even when we're at alt, I'm at peace with him. You get that, right? Like everything's not perfect, but I am secure in my relationship. I want you to be secure in your relationship. So if you have decided that this is your husband, this is your man, then you need to have a conversation to say, is marriage something that you want? Do you actually desire to be married? Right? Like, even not to you, just in general. Oh, no, I don't see myself getting married. Well, that's your question right there. That's your answer right there. You thank him for being honest and you excuse yourself from the relationship. Baby, please. Nah, I'm not here to pressure anybody into marriage. I don't want you in reaction to be wanting to marry me. I want it to be a desire of your heart. And if it's not a desire of your heart, just never mind. It's something I need. Right? Now, if he's like, yes, I want to be married. Okay, do you see yourself marrying me? That's a real question. Open, honest. We have an honest conversation here. Okay, yes, I see myself marrying you. Okay, I would like to be engaged within the next 6 months, 1 year. You decide. Right? And then you leave it alone. You let him know, you easily let him know your ring size. You easily let him know the kind of ring you want. You let him know what kind of engagement you want. So there's no, off situations. Like for instance, oh, I can't say those things yet because it haven't happened yet. I'll tell you later, right? So we had some fiancés that we're going to support at celebrate at Wanted Woman Live, right? So if y'all are coming to Wanted Woman Live, you'll get to meet them. And what's important is that for some of them, they express to their significant other the type of engagement they would want, the type of engagement ring they would want. So they were happy. Have you ever seen those social media videos where somebody proposes and the ring and the girl's like, oh no, like I can't do that ring. Or, I wanted it to be at home with just me and you. I didn't want all these people. So if you have a specific thing in your mind about what you want to happen, you don't have to do the exact playbook, y'all, because that's called controlling, right? But just a general, I'd like these people there. For me, my husband, I told him I wanted a circle or a square. I didn't want a circle or a square. So this is what he did. He custom made this ring. I told him I didn't want two rings because most married people tell me that it's annoying with the two rings, with the marriage ring and then the engagement ring. So this was just one ring and he did a split shank on the side, right? So it's a beautiful ring. I love it. He don't need to upgrade me. He don't need to do none of that stuff. But he did ask about size. I didn't know size amount. So he just point out different rings and I'd be like, I'd like a ring a little bit bigger, right? Like I did and did, right? I love my ring. A lot of people out here getting upgrades because they didn't like their first ring. If you like your first ring, you ain't gotta be out here talking about you need to upgrade and bigger. Like for what? Right? So get it right the first time. And then what's the other thing? I understand if finances are low and right now you're building a business and it's invested in whatever. I'd rather you be married than be caught up over a ring. Okay. Um, then the other side is the engagement. I told him that I just needed it to be recorded and that I needed to hear his voice in the recording. Because there's a lot of engagements where everybody's screaming and you can't hear nothing what people are saying. So he did it where? He did it at a live conference, y'all. A live conference. He had a flash mob. I wanted it in Central Park, but it was 5 degrees or -5 degrees outside in New York. So he literally hired a flash mob, did the whole thing, and he had a microphone. And we had a girlfriend that was holding up her iPad that did not hit record. Glory. But we had other people there that were recording. Amen. Amen. Glory be to God. Always put the person in charge of the camera as a tech savvy person that double checks that they hit the record button. Jesus wept. So yeah. So that's what I gotta say to you. What's up? I'm Coach Cass. We have another comment. Hi, Coach Cass. Loving all the wisdom and can't wait to the Wanted Woman live event. Hugs from California. Oh, I love it. Hey, Veronica. I love it. I love it, girl. I love it. All right. I gotta go or I'm gonna pass out, y'all. Seriously. Was this fun for y'all? Did you love this? I hope you did. I hope you loved it. If you loved it, please do hit follow so you don't miss another one of these. Should I do this again? Let me know. I'm gonna let it live on the page for a little bit. Please do share some of my videos or posts. I invite you again to join us at Wanted Woman Live. Um, so yeah, so if you decided that you're going to join us and come on down to South Florida, go ahead and DM me. I'd love to have I'd love to connect. I'd love to connect with you. Okay. All right, y'all. I got to go. My head hurts. I'm hungry. All right. See you later. Okay. All right, Janine. All right, Shay. All right, Gloria. All right. See y'all later. Bye bye. And we're going to end this live over here. Bye, YouTube. Make sure that y'all like, follow, and subscribe and all the things too. Share with your friends.